I'd like to welcome everybody to Clarence Miles in the community. I'm here with Wille's Elks of Wille TV. A guy that I met several years ago, and I'm so amazed by Mr. Elks because of the Wille TV series. And I remember some years ago, I'm watching Facebook, but I got a lot of information from Wille TV on my Facebook Live.
Okay.
And you would send me a couple of series of different things, and I was liking it, and I was paying attention. Then you were talking about the Washington, D.C. area, you know, about different things that I knew that I experienced when I came up. You know, I seen some stuff back there, back in the 80s that you had kind of, and then we had made that relationship at the skating rink.
Right.
Yeah, you know. And what Wille TV is was something I was interested in. I was wondering what it was all about, and then I started seeing you doing different shows on Facebook Live. You know,
on my channel, huh?
Yeah, yeah. But this Clarence Miles in the community. We're on a historical spot of Langston dwellers here in Washington D.C. What we do, we talk to people around the community to talk about today's events, current events, past events of people who making a difference in Washington, D.C., where they have the relationship with the community, whether it's adults, whether it's kids, or whether, all in all, who's making it different. I see that you're making it different, not only in the community, but also at home, you know what I mean? Because I believe that you're a family-oriented person, as I've been seeing that, you know. You have good communication skills, good relationship with people, and the thing about it is that you're a very kind-hearted person. I remember one day, I'm not fast forwarding, but what I'm doing is I'm just showing the relationship that you and I have came about having. And I was saying I liked your T-shirt, and you wanted to know what size I wore, and I was saying, well, let me give you the money. You said, no, hold up. You said, well, I got you. And I know one day I was at the skating ring. You said you came past, you gave me a shirt and kept stepping.
Yeah.
You know, and I was saying, well, you know, that made me feel good.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because it made me feel a part of something. You know what I mean?
Right.
I wasn't like, you know, I grew up in D.C. area. And I'm gonna get to your background. Okay. You see what I'm saying? Because but I grew up in D.C., you know, and I grew up in the skating ring. I grew up in the streets of Washington, D.C. And as an adult, I'm able to come to the other side, only through God's grace. You know, I made it through the next level. You know, it's just not about me, but it was talking about the relationship that we have in the community of transforming our life to make it to a point where we at now, where we're on Clarence Miles in the community. TV show, and you got the Wille TV. You know what I mean? So that's a connection within that, within itself. But as I'm talking, can you tell me a little bit about Wille's Elks, Wille TV?
Wille TV or Wille's Elks? Which way you want to go?
Well, you can go with both of them at any given time you want to. You know, because the brand and marketing comes from you. You know what I mean?
Well,
you know?
I start with Wille TV. Wille TV is an actual social media broadcast. You know, we touch on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. It kind of started out with a situation over the DC Armory. And the Armory was being rented out by an entity that wasn't from our immediate Washington, D.C. area skating community, correct. And so we wasn't, and I'll say me, I'm speaking for myself, I wasn't in support of that, that venue that was going on in the Armory. And so I made mention to some people on Facebook, you know, how I felt like, you know, hey, you guys are in our town. Like I grew up in Washington, D.C. just as, you know, well as you have. And no one from that entity touched bases with us. You know what I'm saying? Not saying they had to, but if you're a part of skating, skating is like a family. So, you know, you over your cousin's house or you in your cousin's neighborhood, you don't never come and not speak to your cousins or not, you know, entertain your cousins or whatever. So I wound up having to talk to one of the guys that was from New York that was in that entity that was, behind the scenes. And though him and I talked, it was like me and you talk.
Right.
We kind of gave each other the history of what they're doing, and then I gave them the history of what we have been known for.
Right.
Skating in the Washington, D.C. area. So the guy named is Linwood. He's from New York, and he offered at the end of that conversation, about 30, 45-minute conversation, two gentlemen, talking, and he said to me, he said, I tell you what, he said, you guys in our town have a story to tell. And if you would like, I would drive down from New York, film anything you would like for me to do to get your guy's story out.
Right.
And I told him, because the ball was already moving at this time, I said, I'll take you up on that offer, but not right now, because the ball is moving. But, maybe the following year that, we'll sit down at the table with you and, discuss whatever. So upon me getting off the phone with him, I'm already was on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Right.
And so me watching other broadcasters and things of that nature before, and even watching Linwood on how he does things, I just figured I'd just invest in myself. And who else better to tell the story of our community than somebody that been in the community for 49 years. You know what I'm saying? So I got some 49 years of history.
Yes, sir.
In the skate community. And like you said, as far as how I am in the community, well respected. And so who other than me, and that's what I was told, to tell a story or help tell the story or document the story or the things that goes on in our town, other than me.
Right.
Or the ones that surrounded me, because, I always had a group of good guys, good guys, which I call my brothers, that came up in the skate community as well. And so we always been tight-knit. And so the things that we do, we normally do things together. So it wasn't a no-brainer that we document, the whole entire history from present to the future. And then thus the name came, We TV. That was a part of my nickname, so to speak. But I looked at it as we as in the community.
Okay.
So people may identify, well, that's We TV, that, I'm Will, what have you. But in retrospect, it would be we meaning us.
Okay, cool.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how the We TV came about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
When you say about the We TV, what it means, say us. I got an organization called United Our Youth.
Okay.
So when you start spelling everything, one letter at a time on each word, and you put it in the mirror and say you. You follow what I'm saying? So I understand, that part of when you say it's all about us.
About us, right.
One of my things on my with my name United Our Youth, I got a motto: is the child you say may be your own. And it come to a point where I wasn't able to raise my son the way, but I was able to raise other people's children.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so I understand what you're saying. So as we moving along, I was sit up here thinking about skating, and I was thinking about when I was go skating. Next month I'll be 65. But I grew up in the skating rink early. But through my transition of life, caught up with the drugs and everything. The more I got on drugs, the more I stayed away from the skating rink. The more I started coming down off of drugs, then I started coming back to the skating rink. You know what I mean? So my biggest transition to skating was either Calamari Road or Baltimore skating rink. My aunt lived in Baltimore, so when I go visit her on Sundays and stay on, I go to
the rink.
Yeah, and I love the rink. I love the rink. But then my last experience on skates was I got surgery about 7 or 8 years ago or something like that, 10 years ago, and I never came back. I never came back. I sold my skates so I wouldn't get back. Because I'm an adamant person who, when I see y'all out there skating, damn, I want to be out there. Man. You know, I really, from my heart, it's not that I can't go back out. I just choose not to. Right. But I love the poetry and motion. You know, so you come from a family of skaters, or you come from a family that skates.
Mother and father.
One of the things I want to ask you, how long you been skating?
I got 49 years.
49 years.
Yeah, in skate. 51, be 52 soon, but I put on skates at 2 years old. Well, I was put on skates, not me, but I was put on skates at 2 years old. In this town, I think, and I'm almost certain, my parents had got me a pair of junior Douglas Snyders.
Yes, sir.
They didn't even make Snyders for kids.
Right, yeah.
But my parents made sure I had the best on my feet. Yeah. Because they were skaters. So people would see my skates and they would be this small. Yeah. And would be like, wow, he got was Junior Douglas Snyders. It wasn't Chicago's, it wasn't no Pacers, and not down in any of those skates.
No, I'm not gonna down none of you because I don't think I wore with Douglas Snyders. I mean, I wouldn't. That's another reason why I don't go skating, because if I go, I got to get a pair of Douglas Snyders. I'm not gonna get nothing less than that.
You're right.
Yeah, you know, if anything, I'm gonna get something higher than that, but I'm not gonna get nothing less than that.
Yeah, Douglas
because
Snyders.
So you say 40? Would that consider as something that I know that I'm doing now for over 20-something years, I'm a professional in? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you consider you a professional?
I don't consider myself a professional, but I guess I'm put in that category as a professional. Yeah. So in order for me to embrace what it truly is, then I would consider myself a professional. Yeah, I would consider that. You know, most time when we're a professional, we never want to proclaim it anyway. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Other people absorb. But what I have been paying attention was, you don't be on the floor all day like the average person every day. You know, when we go skate. But your moments that you out there, I see a lot of poetry in motion. I see a lot of perfectionists. I see a lot of where you can see that this person has been doing what he's been doing, and he's relaxed about what he's doing. And he's So I like dancing. And when I'm dancing, I'm just like in my element. I'm free of everything. I'm enjoying life. But how it is when they're out on the floor? Because somebody might be watching this, and they might want to think about coming back out there, or might want to come or try to see what we're talking about. But how it is when you out there on that floor? What be going through your mind? Well, before I answer what will go through my mind, I just would like to say that skating is good, clean fun. So fun is probably one of the first things that would come to my mind when I was, a young adolescent, a youth. Now, in retrospect, when you're dealing with life and being able to come skating to escape any, anything, when you come through that door, you hitting the wood, you putting your skates on, you lacing up, you running into your family that you ain't seen since last week, with your extended family, and that feeling that you get when you're listening to the music, and then you in your element, like you said, on the skate floor, and you rolling around with your people. You know what I'm saying? You rolling around with your people that you grew up with, some people that you just met and turned into friends and associates. It's a marvelous feeling. It's marvelous, and being in tune with the music plays a big part. Music plays a big part in skating, and it tells the era that you're in. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel. I feel great.
So you said the music. You start. So are you, I don't know. I'm just asking a question. Is it a such thing of old school music and new school music, or is it the music that you can vibe off 30 or 40 years ago and come up to now?
So the 30, 40 years ago music probably would be classics. Right. In retrospect, growing up, we were, our parents, they was called oldie but goodie records. Right. Whatever. But those oldie but goodie records turn into classics. Classics for us on the skating floor. Yeah. So that would be old school, but we would call it classics. But then the new school music is just a rebirth of the classics. Okay,
cool.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they may add, a little 808, little beats, little snare, little snazz to it. But one thing you can't do is get away from the basics and the classics.
Okay,
You know what I'm
okay.
saying? In our era, in
Yeah,
our town,
yeah.
in this community, this Washington D.C., Maryland, Baltimore, you can't get away from the classics. The
Right.
classics is a necessity to a skate session.
So, when you was younger, skating, 17, 18. And I know when I was 17, 18, going skating, I mean, I was a person that was about the world. I would come off the block. I would stop doing whatever I'm doing to go skating.
You too?
Yeah, it was just like, this is something that, and I just, was just like, I was free.
See,
Once I got to the skating rink, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or see, like, all the chaos and confusion,
You left behind.
and even if it was chaos and confusion in the skating ring, because people when I was coming up in the area, they still want to shoot dice and whatever. It was a time where everybody came there because they loved to skate. I don't know nobody who actually come to skating regular during the time I was coming that didn't like something about skating.
Something about it.
Yeah. So when you was young at that age, what kind of transition did you have? From book to school, from school to books, to street to school to skate. You know what I mean? Because I know that in life, it was some challenges.
Right.
That I know that I had when I came. I'm quite sure. Right. I'm not saying that you did because I wasn't in your era.
Right.
But were there any challenges in your life? And what did skate do to help you to overcome some of the things, or did it help you?
Yeah, skating is just a release, as though you know it. So it's been plenty of times when I was outside on the block, so to speak, and whatever I was doing, I would look at my watch or see the sun going down, and be like, I see y'all later. I'm about to go to the ring. We could be in the midst of doing whatever outside, like you said, shooting dice. We'd be in the midst of, just outside, joning or eating or whatever, just outside, because, that's how it was in the city. You could be outside on your block in your neighborhood and still be having fun outside because you were around your people. But the moment that it was time to roll out, hey, everybody knew where I was going. You know what I'm saying? Where you going? Oh, man, I'm about to go skate. Yeah, it was skates in the car. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At 17, 18, I definitely was driving.
You said I was skating in the car, man. I remember the days my skates was being in the car. And I remember I was on crack real bad, right?
Okay.
And I was living with my sister over there in Southwest. And the only thing I could think about was my skates. And I ain't skate, right? in months.
Okay.
But I got on that crack. And I just said, let me go with my sister. I got my skates over there. I just wanted them around me. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just wanted the skates around me. I know I wasn't going skating because I wasn't in no shape.
Right.
But mentally, I wanted to be on the.
You wanted to be attached to them.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was just saying, do you have attachment with your skates or whatever?
Man, yes. I had always had Snyders.
Yeah.
I still got Snyders to this day. So, I grew out of my Snyders probably, 12, 13, 14 years old. So I got another set of Snyders. My father made sure that I had some Snyders. I would get skates for like birthday and Christmas, that type of stuff, right? When I needed a new pair.
Yeah.
So I say crystals. We all know crystal skaters, crystals. And I'm the same way I was, the way I met you. I was the same way, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. So, you know how when it's over, you're sitting on the wall and, people saying bye. And I wound up leaving my skates on the wall, right where you sit at. And I walked off, got outside, and back then we didn't really have the cell phones.
Right.
I'm going to say this, early 90s.
Right.
And I tried to turn around and bang on the door to get back in. They finally let me back in, and wasn't nobody in there but the workers. Nobody in the joint but the workers, right?
Ain't nobody seen your skates.
Ain't nobody seen my skates, man. You know why they wanted my skates, man?
Yeah, I know why.
Because they thought, just like that Michael Jordan movie, You know what I'm saying? They thought it was the skates.
Yeah.
They're like, man, let me get this dude skates because
Yeah.
whatever he got on his feet,
Yeah.
I need it. So
Yeah.
I was hurt.
Yeah.
I was hurt. But
Yeah.
one of my good brothers, like I said, man, coming up, Eddie Sanders, he gave me his skates and he had Snyders. His
Right.
father was from Colorado.
Right.
And known skater, whole family skate.
Yeah.
And it so happened, you know, he was growing out of his skates.
Right.
And I had his Douglas Snyders.
Yeah.
And I rocked them too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But being attached to your skates, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I was hurt.
So I sound like you got the same feeling like I got, you know?
I was hurt.
So I heard you say you come from a family. Your mother skated and your father skated.
Correct. They met
Do they still skate?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Can they
Yeah.
skate?
Can they skate? Yeah. My mother is, woo.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. My mother was winning ladies only contests in the 70s and the 80s.
Okay.
In town and on the, you know, East Coast scene, you know,
Yeah.
wherever they traveled to back then. She would win, you know, freestyle lady competitions. And let alone my father, he was winning competitions as, you know, skate clubs.
Okay, cool.
You know, president of the Midnight Rollers, which was started in 1975.
Right. And that used to come up on my Facebook page,
Yeah.
on my Midnight Rollers.
Yeah,
And then I
Midnight
connected to it.
Okay.
I felt strong enough to say, can I join the Midnight Rollers?
Yeah.
And you know, the thing is that I knew that I was new to the Midnight Rollers as a person.
Okay.
But what I admired about the Midnight Rollers was that I used to take pictures and I used to do little videos at the skating rink.
Okay.
And y'all allowed me to put
yeah,
something
put something
that
together.
I thought that y'all might be, or people might be, y'all was able to send it to y'all.
Okay.
And then they say, well, we'll have to check it out. The next thing I know, it was on there. You know what I mean? That kind of made, you know, sometimes, you know, people just don't know what people be going through or what make people get to the other side
That is
to
true.
build that relationship. You know what I
that
mean?
is
That's what
true.
basically talking about building that relationship. So, when you were talking about your mother and father, and I know they're older, and I know I'm older, and I know you older too.
Right.
But I had a real good relationship with the skating ring on Calorama Road.
Okay.
Right.
16th and Colorado.
Right. I grew up on 17th and Euclid.
Euclid.
Yeah. And I even hooked school around the skating ring. from the Malcolm X Park to the skating ring. Well, anyway.
Big old park.
Yeah,
Malcolm
yeah.
X Drive.
So anyway, they used to have the Supreme Wheelers and stuff like that that I remember. And I remember my play brother Bubbles lived on 17th Street. And I remember Harvey Cooper and all them guys like that. You know, when I was young then, they was older. But the point was, them guys could skate, man. And I see where they took the activities from, it was either skating or dancing that we love to do the most.
Right.
So as we see our young people that's coming up,
Okay.
what kind of information could you give some of our young people who never, or parents would like for their kids to go skating and say, well, no, I don't think that my kid can skate because this might happen, he might hurt, I don't want them to fall or whatever. What can you could say to if somebody just happened to walk past and they just might want to take their kids skating for the first time? So would you suggest that they do that, or should you suggest that they be there or allow that process to happen? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely suggest it. And that's happened a number of times with someone, even ironically, if I'm at a skate shop and someone is, you know, interested in buying skates for their children, you know, to ask, you know, what's the best, you know, type of skates to start them out with, or even seeing someone that may have heard that I skate, like I could be at a cookout or somewhere, you know, somebody, and they say, oh I think I want to take my kids skating. They got any skate park? So when I had those type of conversations, a lot of times they want the information that you're saying they're looking for. So they ask, you know, like, well, how do I start out with it? Well, first of all, you might want to go on a matinee session or a night that's not busy, which is a family night maybe during the week. You also want to treat your feet, meaning, I mean, it's okay to start.
This what you're saying there.
Yeah,
Treat your feet.
Treat your feet.
Okay.
You might want to start out with something that you can afford, but that's only going to get you the entry portion of it. But if you want to stick to it and get better, it's just like anything else. You know, if you treat yourself a certain way, well, of course you don't want to sell yourself cheap and go buy, you know, a cheap pair of skates and then expect to be able to master the craft and be able to keep up with the other people out there. So I was, you know, giving the advice to, you know, what skate to look for, you know, stuff like that, and then the timing. And then after that, I say, you know, if you see me out there or if anybody, just catch up with me.
So let me ask you. So is there anything about etiquette on skates?
Of course.
You know. I know. I mean.
Yeah. It is. It's etiquette in life.
Yeah. We got that part. But I'm just saying because the skate they rolling so fast. You follow what I'm saying? But you know, but you know, a lot of times because of people who don't have much experience or people who have experience, what I hear today at this day's time, the young people coming past, they cutting in front of you, they doing this, they doing that. But I also heard some of the old schools say back in the day, I used to do all that too. So how do we bridge that gap, or can it be a bridge?
It's tough.
Yeah.
Because we don't have what we had back in the day.
Right.
The skate floors back in the day were 4 times as big as the skate rinks that we frequent now.
Yeah. Okay.
So back in the day, if like you said, they said, well, I used to do that. Yeah, the floor was magnificent. Yeah. Meaning
they cared more about the floor. They was
but it was bigger. Yeah. So you can cut and do whatever. You would not run into anybody. Yeah. Because now you're in a more confined spot. It's not a lot of room, especially when it's 200-300 people in the skating rink, and then the etiquette should kick in. You know, you would assume everybody got the etiquette. That's just like in life. That's why I said that. You would assume everybody in life got etiquette, but if you wasn't taught the etiquette portion of it, you wouldn't know. Right. So, back in the day, people would come with their families, their aunts, their uncles, their cousins, their brothers, you know, the grandma. People would bring the kids skating that turn into young adults. So they had, or we had, or I had proper guidance coming up in the rink. Now that it's not like that anymore, like there's no big mamas, there's no Uncle Lou's, so you know what I'm saying? So now when they come, it's just a free for all. Okay. They put on skates and they just wanted to skate free. That's their God-given right. To roll and do what they want as far as free. But that's like in life as well. Right. But you do what you want in the street or life as well, and there's certain rules that you don't abide by or follow, you'll find yourself in a situation. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So the etiquette portion of it, the youth will have to be, I'm gonna say the younger seasoned skaters will have to be open to what the etiquette is. And that also goes down to the DJs as well, because if the music ain't flowing and they just in a dance mode, they can dance anywhere on the floor. Yeah. Now you got dancing and then you got a flow. Yeah. It all depends on what.
When you say flow, I might know what flow is. Yeah. But somebody might walk past, might not know what a flow is. They know what dancing is. Right. But do you want to know what kind of flow you talk about when it comes down to the dancing and just.
Right. So the flow of a skating rink, because we all are going into a circle. If you look at a tornado or anything like a whirlwind or anything like that, it's a constant flow. It's a constant flow. So when you sitting on the sideline and you sitting there, you should be able to catch a breeze. Without moving, you should be able to catch a breeze. That's how the flow should be going. Now, if you sitting there and you ain't catching the breeze, then they not rolling.
I'll be catching it. I'll be right at the spot because and then everybody be synchronized. A lot of time with the flow, it comes synchronization with the flow. Because you can't flow if everybody's not synchronized when they come around that flow.
Correct.
Yeah. So, and these are the things that I know from past. These are things that I'm learning. These are things that I know. I had a flashback. Sometimes I get flashbacks when I used to go around Calorama Road, and I used to kick my legs so far behind me. You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I would get on the bus in my car. Did you do that? You follow what I'm saying? Did I do that?
Yeah,
because come around that road, come around that little curve, you're gonna be leaning. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to really be on the right feet, because if you're not,
oh, you're going the other way.
Yes,
or
sir.
You're going down either way.
Yeah, yeah. So cool. So when I was talking about the young people, right? The young people today, I don't know. I don't know. It could be me, but I see these young folks. They are most of them are very disciplined.
Okay.
Even though they skate, cut across, they seem to be very disciplined when they coming in and when they going out.
Okay.
They have the communication of the high by. They kind of like feel like, like your little family.
Right.
You have that part of you. You're a part of that world, and that connection is to me. It's something I've never seen before. I hand dance, but I don't see the hand dance family. They're very close, but that skate thing is just totally different. It's a totally different atmosphere.
Right.
And I go to the cookout down at Anacostia Park, like they had a couple of weeks ago. It's just like it was like one family, one great big family. My cousin always talk about Wille. She always talk about, well, we'll support you.
Okay.
Our skate family will support you.
Right.
Our skate family, they don't mind. That's all she always say.
Right.
But you don't always hear that when it comes down to like hand dance. You understand me? You know what I mean?
Right.
And I know that for sure, because y'all pulled me in. Y'all pulled me in. I mean, I've been so far away from it.
For a long
Only
time,
thing that keeps me with y'all that I have a connection in the skating ring. Other than that, because none of y'all I never seen in the skate. Y'all never seen me in the skating ring.
Right.
But I know all the older folks or my homies that I actually grew up in Euclid Street, but I've been all the way from Euclid Street right after the rise.
Okay.
See, after the rise, we stayed in about the 70, 72, and then when we moved, and I started coming back on my own, not uptown, but coming.
Okay.
But then I got the transition of that life, so my thing was skating, I would come, and I would leave, I would come, and I would leave. But one thing I learned is, I couldn't skate without the Douglas Snyders. I had that much sense to know that I had to get that, you know what I mean? So I had my back surgery, and the only reason why I don't skate, because I sold my skate so I wouldn't go back out there.
Right.
And I sold it to a friend of mine that I actually thought that he was going to get the value out the skating.
Out of it, wow.
He got the skates, he skates, but he's not into it like we are. You follow what I'm saying? Yeah. So that kind of like, he one of my best buddies, but I didn't really sell it to him and catch him to keep it on the sideline. You know what I'm saying?
I want to see them skates move.
Yeah. So with that, what else do you do in your life, your lifestyle, as far as family, work, or got a job, or
Definitely. Job, work for the city, been working for the city for about 15 years.
Okay, cool.
I've always been an entrepreneur and
cool.
and hot.
Cool.
So people will understand what that means.
Yeah.
Like to go get it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? However, always in good graces though.
Right.
Always in good graces. However, I had to go get it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, family man for sure. Family man, raised my kids. Everybody's successful.
Kids skate too?
They did, but they didn't stick to it.
Okay.
So they come, they got their own skates, their road.
Yeah.
Now my youngest son, being able to keep him in skates, he loves it. He loves it. So he skates, but he hasn't reached that adult skating session yet. He always asks when I'm leaving outside, when I'm leaving the house, 9, 10 o'clock to go skating. He only 12 going on 13. He say, can I go?
Yeah.
Because he at that point where I want to go when y'all go.
Right.
I want to go when his mother and father
Right.
would skate.
I really think that actually once you get into that skate field, you know, and kids like the skating, I think it takes away from it a lot of the negative energy
Of course.
that could seek into our life once we off the skate.
Right.
In other words, we be in school, but skating is a thing where this is going to free me. I'm gonna try to get myself together so I would go skating. You know, if I won't be getting into.
In trouble.
I just knew that because I was going to Alexander. I remember a friend of my mother when we first started going skating. A friend of my mother, I used to hang with him. She used to take him, and she'd take me too.
Right.
You know what I mean?
See, that's
So that was another way, like you said, the family would come,
Somebody would
and
take
she was. The thing about it, she was consistent
Of
on
course.
taking us skating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So as we talk about skating in Washington D.C., Washington D.C. haven't had a skating ring in how many years?
30 plus.
30 plus.
30 plus years. Yeah, there's no actual skating rink that's a 100% skating rink in Washington D.C.
There's no skating ring in Washington D.C., is it? They just got stuff that they don't pull together.
No skating rink.
Right. They got no skating ring because everything we skate is on concrete, right?
True.
That's it. That they just started doing that down at the wharf.
Yeah.
Then they talking about something. I just read something. They talking about having an event at the
The wharf again, right?
is it the wharf
I
again?
think so.
Yeah, it costs $20.
Oh,
It's a big event. It's supposed to be a big event, like they probably had at the Armory. You remember?
Okay. Yeah, I think that's still down the wharf. I think that's still down the
Yeah.
wharf.
But I'm saying this time it's gonna be down the wharf instead of the Armory.
Yeah, it's not the Armory. It's
Right. I know. I
down the
said
wharf.
yeah. So do you? I don't know. Just I would like. That's what I would like. You know, and I would try. I heard they had some petitions one time to see if the mayor could do something about us having a skating rink again
Right.
in the District of Columbia.
Right.
But the thing about it is, where would you where would you like to see that ring placed or built, or what area of the city would you like?
Right here in Capitol Hill, the RFK Stadium. You know, I would like to see it right there in the heart of Washington, D.C., just like where the Redskins was.
Okay,
So
okay,
it's
cool.
a prominent area,
Cool.
prime location for parking. You know, retrospect from, you know, you can
Parkway.
see- the Parkway. You can see the Capitol.
Yeah.
You know, that'd be a prime location.
Do you think that if we because our young adults today, young kids today, you know, they always holler they don't have a lot to do. But a lot of our young people is not coming up today, coming up on skates in the District of Columbia.
You say they not?
A lot of them. What do you think?
Since the pandemic, I would say it's about, at first I used to say it's a 20-30% influx of new skaters,
Yeah,
young and old, and
Okay.
skaters that's been reintroduced.
yeah.
But now I almost gotta say it's like a 50%
Oh yeah.
influx of new
Would
skaters.
that have something to do with Anacostia Park? The Anacostia Park?
That too.
Yeah.
That too. The length of years, like I said, I've been skating.
Yeah.
I very rarely skated outdoors because our wheels was not outdoor wheels.
Right.
We was when you say how close you are to your skates, those
Yeah.
are babies, you wouldn't skate outside.
Right.
So we never took use to the skate pavilion in Anacostia. But though it was there all these years, you know, the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
You know, everything was shut down. People had nothing to do. Free, whether you ride a bicycle or skate. That was those three activities you could do. Probably bowling, but that's indoors. If that facility was closed, you couldn't do it. But bicycle riding and skating was the only thing you can do with the social distancing and all of that stuff in place, and it didn't cost you nothing. So that happened. You was able to use that outdoor facility, and now, along with the internet and that outdoor facility, and the people that frequent the Washington D.C., Washingtonians,
Right.
and people coming from all over now, because nowhere that we know of, especially on the East Coast, I ain't gonna say the West Coast,
Right.
but there's no outdoor skating rink
Right.
that's an actual skating rink nowhere.
Right.
So Anacostia Skate Ring is a unique place.
Right, right.
There was a gym that we had for that. I mean, I would say I know for a fact the skate ring been there since the 70s.
Yeah, yeah.
Might have been there longer.
Yeah,
I can only go
been
back
there.
to my recollection of how long it's been there.
Yeah.
So we the only ones that have that. You know what I'm saying? So we unique. Washington D.C. been unique from day one. So that's why Wille TV even going all the way back to full circle.
Right.
That's why we got a story to tell.
Right.
About the uniqueness of what we do here.
Right. I noticed that even on Wille TV, you have very different skaters that have been skating for a while, seasoned skaters that have been skating for a while, come on and share their story, share their experience. I was saying, wow. But you know, I was laughing when we was talking about bringing the kids. So I got my youth program.
Right.
So I have 2 locations here in Langston Dwelling, historical spot.
Okay.
The housing authority, and also at Ledro Park.
Okay. What time?
So I took about 16 kids in my van, Ledro Park. You know, from Ledro Park to the skate ring. Did that about 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. You know, I never took them back, sir.
What happened?
Man, I was laughing.
What happened?
Our kids, man. They was the talk of the skating ring, you know. They were like baby kids, man. You know, you had some that wanted to skate, you had some that wanted to do what they do, then you had one they want to take Ledro Park to the skating ring. You understand? They want to threaten people, you know, and so it was 3 kids, 2 girls and a guy. One of them pushed up on the girl, and then they was kind of like a little nervous. Then they pushed up on her. To make a long story short, they knocked the dude down. He dropped his phone. They took his phone, right? The girls, they were so scared. They didn't know what to do. To make a long story, I didn't know nothing about it. I was just by myself.
Right.
But I had my kids basically, you know, real tight.
Right.
Man, they took the people's phone. Then the dude had money. You know how the case like I got here? He had his money in there. You couldn't see. They took the case out. They took his phone.
They had time to do all that.
The skating ring was real. The manager, they was looking for me. Man, it was like terrible. So when I found out what was happening, I had to shut the thing down.
Pack the kids up.
I had to pack the kids up, but I couldn't move them.
Okay.
I couldn't move them. I had to threaten them. I was gonna call the police myself to get the kids' stuff back. You know what I mean?
Right.
But they didn't give it to him directly, but he ended up getting his phone back, but he didn't get that money back. You follow what I'm saying? And nobody claimed that they had it. But that man, it was real terrible. I think the people that skated were looking for me for a couple of days. they knew me from coming,
right?
But they never knew me from working with kids. You follow what I'm saying? Then that word got out, and I didn't come to skate on the next Sunday. So man, oh man, I was just like, but the kids love skating.
And see, what you saying, not to cut you off, but what you were saying is, those kids are safe. Ledro Park, they from uptown. That's Northwest. That's Washington D.C. But I guarantee you took those kids to a skating ring out Maryland.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So thus, they don't because we don't have a skating ring in the city.
Right.
They not prone or privy to going to the skating ring.
Right.
So they didn't get a chance to even grow up in the skating ring. So they didn't know how to act.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why it is necessary that we put a skating ring in.
Right. And so that's why I was saying what I was saying, because when I see kids coming to the skating ring, the attitude, the joy, the happiness, the smile that comes in their face when they come in, you very seldom see people come to the skating ring with attitude. I don't care where they come from before they walk in. When they walk in that door, I don't see the people with no attitude. They don't come there with all this to try to stir world crisis and stuff like that. They come there strictly because they want to skate. It's the atmosphere. It's something about that atmosphere that puts you in a mood. I be settled when I get there. I mean, I come there from working all week. When I come to skating ring, I come and I just relax. I don't even think about no job. I don't think about nothing. You know what I'm saying? I just relax. I just watch y'all go through y'all motions and That's the joy of happiness.
Right.
And basically what I'm saying, the skates, it makes you happy.
Right.
You know what I mean? I rarely see, I don't see a lot of confusion in the skate ring.
Right.
I don't see a lot of chaos in the, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that things don't happen.
never happen.
That's not what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I'm talking about on a regular basis. You can go from weekend to week out without any type of incident.
It's small.
You know what I mean?
It'd be that, the incident would be that small.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it'd be that small.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
you
that-
so
that-
you would like for the, you would think you would like for a skating ring to come back to Washington D.C.
Yeah, for sure. You know,
Oh.
it's good, clean fun.
Yeah.
And again, this is something that you can come religiously.
Mhm.
That just means day in and day
Yeah,
out.
right, yeah.
That means, weekly, consistently. That's all religious mean. But yeah, that'll be good, clean fun. Somewhere to go. It's a safe haven.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I got, the younger seasoned skaters, tapping into me now because of the rink that's about to open back in Temple Hills.
Mm-hmm.
They want to know if they're going to be able to come to their safe haven, which was
Right.
Crystal's been there for 30, 40 years as well. So that's been a safe haven when it wasn't a skate ring in
Right.
Washington, D.C. That was one of the nearest
Right.
ones you can go to that was close to the subway or what have you, from people that come from Washington, D.C., to come skating. So, it's a safe haven.
Yeah.
Retrospect is definitely a safe haven. Would love to have it, accessible to all the youth. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So as you know, I don't travel skating. But I mean, I don't go from state to state.
Okay.
I go from Maryland, Maryland, D.C.
Baltimore, yeah.
As far as I've been. I ain't really been to Richmond
yeah.
and, down South Carolina, Atlanta and all
Yeah,
that.
I get
But I'm sure there are different ways. What is D.C. known for? I heard that Baltimore there for Snap City or whatever, D.C. for Snap. What are different places known for how they skate?
At one point, that's just like with go-go. You can identify Washington D.C. with just being unique. Period.
Right.
So the uniqueness with our go-go and our music and what we do here, it took a long time for it to spread.
Right.
And the same thing with our style of skating.
Right.
Our style of skating was just a style.
Right.
It didn't have a particular name.
Okay.
The Snap City stuff came in, mid 2000s. The mid 2000s. But that was a lot of the Midnight Rollers and a lot of the skate clubs in the area traveling as well. Before the internet really hit, we was already traveling East Coast, West Coast, up and down Midwest, everywhere we was traveling. So people was seeing us, but because we were so unique and different in the way we skated, they couldn't embrace it at first.
Right.
They couldn't embrace it at first because this is why go-go didn't make it
Right.
as fast as rap did.
Right.
And I'm going to tell you why. The difference is rap could be harmonized and imitated, right? Because go-go is live instrumental music. Someone that's in the suburbs that didn't grow up in the city,
Right.
playing on trash cans or listen to go-go music on the tape, they wouldn't be able to emulate that.
Right.
So the same thing with skating.
Right.
Our style is hard to emulate.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when they look at it, they were like, "Oh yeah, I ain't doing that."
Right.
But now it's became a phenomenon with the internet, that
Right.
with the help of the internet and the help of the youth and the viral videos and
Right.
things that's going on. People want to take to it like, "Oh, that's
Right.
different. Oh, I like that. I like to try that. I like to learn that." You know what I'm saying? So that's what's been going on with our style of skating. So right now, they would identify as snapping.
Right.
Snap City, snapping.
Right.
That's it. That's how. That's what they named it. That's what it proclaimed for them to be able to say, "Hey, oh, you them people that be snapping."
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever y'all say. You know what I'm saying? If that's what y'all want to call it, and we'll take that. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm on the internet all the time, Facebook and stuff, you know. But I would like to see more of us, people from District of Columbia, you know, Maryland, Virginia, from outset on it, you know, because I see a lot of videos of skating.
Okay.
See a lot of videos of people skating from all over the different parts of the country.
Right.
You know, but I only see maybe one, maybe the pastor.
Yeah.
I see him a lot.
Right.
But I would like to see us a lot.
Right.
You know, go viral. You know what I mean?
Right.
All over with him foul style. How do we
get to that point?
Yeah. Or can we get to that point?
I don't think so.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you why. And here's the difference. The viral videos that you see, a lot of them they not flowing like we do.
I understand.
So it's hard to capture us.
Right.
And our style of snapping.
Right.
Because we flow so fast.
Right. Yeah, because sometimes I be trying to take, man, I be like,
you can't keep up. Right?
Yeah.
So the viral videos that you see,
okay,
they kind of just slow walking.
Yeah.
And the videographer is this close.
Yeah.
Like, man, the videographer is this close to you and your feet.
Yeah.
So they getting actual slower shots.
Yeah.
With the videos and things.
Right.
And maybe some of the younger seasoned skaters can tackle that task as far as going viral with those videos. Yeah. But the older skaters, and I'm gonna speak for myself, I don't think at the skating rink that any of our videos will go viral. Yeah. Because we moving.
Right.
You know
you moving.
And you gotta have a videographer that can skate.
Yeah.
And that can keep up. Yeah. And that knows what to look for.
Right.
You know, some videographers now in our city, they just
like me, I call myself a sideline skater. And I'm good with that.
Respect.
I'm good with that. You know, and the reason why, because I'm always on the sideline and I'm always closer to the skaters. You know what I mean? So and I know my role. So people say, "Where you skate?" I said, "No, I'm a sideline skater. That means that's just on the sideline." You know, and I'm okay with that because I have. It's not a challenge for me no more. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I'm good where I'm at, you know, sitting on the side. I'm good sitting around good people. Yeah. You know what I mean? I understand the flow. You know what I mean? And I don't have the energy to get back out there. You know,
got the energy
but I got the energy to be there. Yeah, that's the blessing.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I bless it because, you know, the Lord really had blessed me to able to come to a place where I can actually come and sit down. I sit down better in the skating than I do at home. But so as we talked about that, and I understand that, you know what I mean. But as we moving forward, what are some of the good suggestions that we can pass on to some of our older skaters, just as well as our younger skaters, to be mindful that we all had a time and place when we were skating at different times, when we were doing different things that we can't, like, okay, when we were, you know, people always talk about when we were, and the word is not, it's gone.
When I was back in my, across the board, man, it's just the humbleness of each individual. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You come across anybody in the rink, you're just meeting, or you don't know, or whatever. If you remain humble, you know, through the whole scenario coming in through the door. I don't care if you're in line, you know, and somebody came and like jumped in front of you because they feel as though they're entitled or whatever. Just remain humble. You know what I'm saying? If you can remain humble in that situation, then you know you winning. And that's the same thing on the skate floor on the floor. You know, somebody skate and they tap you or bump you or, you know, whatever, even if their reaction ain't what it should be for our skate etiquette. If you remain humble, you can get past that. At the end of the day, you just want to skate.
You know, I respect that. Because that's what it takes. And that's basically what I've been talking about the whole time we've been talking. Because like I said, when I see people come in that skating ring, they smile. You know, I see when people be on the floor skating, sometimes people might bump up to, or even when y'all be on our floor, I know well, it's not hard to be humble and crystal when you come around the floor, you got somebody that's holding the rail that ain't going nowhere. But I think on Seabrook, Seabrook, when they have non-seasonal skaters,
Okay.
and y'all be on y'all flow,
Right.
y'all still respect the non-seasonal skaters when they coming around the flow on the rail.
True that.
You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not too much in at the crystals,
Right.
but definitely I see where people are very humble to people who just starting out, who people just want to just get out on the wheels.
Yeah.
And so, and I see this different way from from Laurel to Baltimore, Atlanta, and Crystal. I just know that Crystal is like it's just
Crystal
like,
got the fire energy.
yeah,
The energy of crystals, man. I don't care what you call it. You know, it's gonna always be crystals. So
yeah,
the people that knew of it as crystals.
yeah.
The energy always been in it. You know, a high level energy place.
It's almost like when they were saying when we used to be at Calorama.
Yeah, it was a high level energy.
That's the way it was.
Yeah,
You
it was a
can,
high
I
level
think you can get a whole 12-book session on Calorama Road for the energy, the thing that was going. Just even sitting on the steps right there, just waiting on the door to open up. You know.
The steps.
Yeah.
8 to 12
Yeah.
doors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna have to say, I got some friends that's at the skating ring. You know, my cousin and her crew called the BBs. I want to thank them for adopting me to be part of their skating team. You know, then you got Angie, you got Lisa, and you got Purpose.
That's Shannon.
Shannon, yeah. All 4 of them young ladies, I want to give them a big shout out to skating ring. They didn't want to kind of like pull me up and stuff like that. But I want to get back to you, Willis. I just want to, we're going to get ready to close the session out, but this is Clarence Madison, the community, talk to Willis and WeTV. You want to have a closing remark and the thing that you want to bring forth that you probably didn't get a chance to say earlier?
Well, I'm going to plug my social medias. Facebook will be Upgood Howardson.
Yeah.
The Upgood stand for, always being positive and up-tempo, upbeat, So somebody, hey, Upgood. Yeah, I'm Upgood, So Upgood Howardson, Facebook, at WeTV Films, Instagram, and the same thing is WeTV Films on YouTube. That's WEETV Films. So that's my Instagram and Facebook and YouTube.
Right. So that's how somebody can reach you on social media in case they might want to.
Exactly.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Of course. I'm definitely accessible. For what I do now with WeTV, I definitely is in the mode of doing promo for skate events, promo for weddings, and a little bit of everything. 'Cause right now, it just went from having just a social media channel to a whole production.
Okay.
The same thing what you got here. I'm more in tune with being able to try to produce something of quality.
Right.
So going back to what you were saying about the viral, even though I said I don't think so.
Right.
But if we just stick to trying to produce something that's quality,
Right.
the masses will get it.
Right,
Rather it go viral with the numbers.
Right.
Some of that matters, some of it don't. But as long as the masses, it reaches the masses and it's quality, we good.
Right. So I want to thank you for coming, man. I appreciate you being here,
Always
man. I
pleasure,
appreciate you coming out, sharing information about skating, about yourself. This is Clarence Miles in the community. This is one of our best segments that we have on non-relationship when it comes down to anti-violence or violence that's in the community. This is a place where you can feel safe to come to have your kids to come and grow up in a skate ring, could teach them etiquette, discipline, and remain humble. And guess what? It's always good entertainment. Oh. So again, it was WeTV, Willis. I want to thank you again, man. I just want to tell the community, wait until the next show. We'll have something even greater.